Hey YouTube.com, I'm Jason Ward from MakingStarWars.net, and tonight I'm going to talk about spoilers from Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. In the new movie, Ben Solo has a pretty interesting arc. A couple of things I thought were kind of cool that I've heard about. Han Solo comes to Ben, they have their talk, and he tells him, you don't need to be a jerk, you're a good guy, essentially. And Ben, he's agreeing with his dad, and he goes to tell his dad that he loves him. And when he goes to tell him, before he could finish, Han cuts him off and says, "I know." And then that's when it ends. So you kind of get that little callback to Empire Strikes Back for a time. And as the story goes on, we kind of learn that there's this Force ability, and that's the power to heal things like creatures and people. And Rey does it on a sand snake, and she does it on Ben. And but that power, it sounds like, is rooted in compassion and love, and it's not like a dark side ability. It's not something that like Snoke would use, or Kylo Ren for that matter. And so as the story goes on, Ben has this discussion with his father, and he kind of comes back from it, and he wants to help Rey, and he's become selfless, and he's kind of shed all of his old, bad self. I talked about briefly in the opening of the film, Emperor Palpatine, or Darth Sidious, tells Kylo Ren to kill Rey when he meets her, not bring her back, kill her. And when he tells Rey about it, he's like, "I'm not going to kill you though." And like, once again, it's proof that there's good in Ben, that Ben's not evil. So in the final moments of the film, we had heard about this confrontation between Darth Sidious, where he's shocking a fleet up above, up in the sky, and he's siphoned the Force through Rey and Kylo. So they're down on the ground, sort of incapacitated. He's shocking the fleet. And so a new detail has emerged that changes this setting a little bit, or this scenario a little bit. And that's that Kylo is semi-conscious when this happens. And he uses the power to heal Rey. So, but he does it knowing that in doing the action, it's gonna distract the Emperor, or Darth Sidious, and Darth Sidious is going to kill him. So his last act is that he does this ability on Rey and sort of revives her. And then the ghost of Anakin Skywalker, Luke Skywalker, or the voices of Obi-Wan Kenobi and Yoda and Ezra Bridger and Ahsoka Tano and finally Leia Organa tell Rey to rise. And that's when Rey starts to get up. And that's when Palpatine uses the Force on Ben and pushes him into the abyss, killing him. But Ben consciously made the choice to heal Rey using the power of love and compassion to save her life selflessly, and gives his life so that Rey can stand up, pull out Leia's saber that was hidden, and she has Anakin's in her other hand, and she makes an X with them and deflects the laser blast, or the lightning blast, back at Palpatine, destroying him. So Ben's final thing: saves Rey, saves the galaxy. He sacrifices himself out of love, and I think it's a very good end to Ben's arc. I think it resolves it pretty well, and I think it atones for the things that he did in general. Not like in a mass genocidal kind of way, but in terms of the quaint little story that they're kind of telling at the intimate level. So with that in mind, it's a little bit different than what we had been hearing. And I think this change may have come in the most recent alterations to the film, and I believe this change is in the final cut of the film. So there you have it. Hopefully it makes some of you happier if you've been following the spoilers about why when Ben goes into the hole and, quote, is never to be seen again, it's Ben's choice. Ben is doing it for Rey out of compassion, out of love, out of just being a good person who wants to save the galaxy.
Well, hello there, everyone. This is your friendly neighborhood podcaster, Iraj from the Sith List, bringing you holiday greetings obviously, as you can tell by the silky smooth Christmas sounds in the background. I'm here to remind you that it's that time of year where you forget about yourself for a couple weeks and do something phenomenal for someone else. That's right, it's time to help support the Kessel Toy Run. Team up with the MakingStarWars.net, Steel Wars, Blue Harvest, Rogue One, and the Sith List. It's an opportunity for you to share your love of Star Wars and do something special for a child ages 1 to 12 that will be spending their holidays at a hospital. Now, there's a couple ways you can do this. Starting November 1st all the way up to December 18th, you can either go to Amazon.com, look up, find a list or registry, search the Kessel Toy Run at gmail.com, pick out some stuff, and then send it that way, or you can just pick out items that are unopened and send them via the Kessel Toy Run, 3217 Carson Street, number 111, Lakewood, California, 90712. Kessel Toy Run has become an official nonprofit, a 501c3 charity, and tax ID will be given upon request. You can find more details and more information at MakingStarWars.net. So get out there, do something great this year. Thanks for listening, and happy holidays.